Hello and welcome to the Chinaja Sewing Space, where you will learn how to sew and style the wardrobe of your dreams. And today's video is about me finally conquering one of my fears. And well, it wasn't really a fear. Like, you see it on garments and apparels and you think, oh, that would be nice to make, but you never work up the courage to do it. But fear not, you guys, I have made it as easy as possible to make a double welt pocket, right? So we'll be learning how to make this today. And the extra part is that it's lined at the back, and it's so lovely, you guys. Like, I had so much fun making this. And this is for a project that I'm making. There's a video where I talk all about my private fashion collection that I'm making. And this skirt is this welt pocket. This double welt pocket belongs to the skirt. And I will be updating the make on Instagram. You can follow me on there. I'll put the title in here. So without keeping you guys up too long, let's get on with the tutorial. If you enjoyed this, if I helped you out in any way, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out. I've passed the 500 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, you guys. So help out, and I'd really appreciate it. But on to the double welt pocket with lining tutorial. Okay, guys. So these are pieces for our double welt pocket, right? And this, like I said before, this particular double welt pocket is going to also be a patch pocket, but it's going to have a lining, which is what this is. Okay, so first off, this is going to be the front of the welt pocket. This is going to be the front of the lining, and this is the back, right? So on the back of the main body of the welt pocket, I have interfaced. Then this is the back of the lining, right? But I interfaced the front. Okay, get me? Right? On the main body of the welt pocket, we interface the back. Then on the lining piece, we interface the front. Okay, so these two are going to be like this, right? By the time we're done, they're going to be like this. Okay, now to start the process off, right, I have decided where I want my welt pocket to be, right? Then I took this piece of paper and cut out the shape of the welt pocket I want. And this is why I particularly prefer this type of welt pocket, because you can get really creative with the shape of the opening. Okay, so I took this template that I have, and we're going to, this is what they call this thing again. I'll put the name on the cards here. But right, this I'm going to pin to the front, because we're going to sew stay stitch and flip it inside out, right? So I get my template and I put it on the, first of all, I mark where I want the pocket opening to be. And for me, the pocket opening has to like take my hand, right? That's just it, nothing fancy. So I do that. I put this here and draw a mark around, right? Then I go to the back of this and I put this over and I marked it as well. Okay, now I am going to now do a stay stitch, or just stitch around, sorry, not to say stay stitch. I'm going to stitch around this mark, right? Then I'll come back and show you guys what else I'm doing. So as you can see here, I have stitched into the lines, right, on both the main fabric piece and the lining. So we'll put this lining away for now. We don't need it. So now that we have done that, I'm now going to cut into this space, right? See how it looks at the back. I'm going to cut into it and flip all of this inside to create the opening for the welt pocket, okay? Let me do that now. Also, before I forget, sometimes it helps to mark the center, of the opening. So it helps with the cutting, okay? So now I will just fold this in two and snip in the middle, right? Just a little bit, just to get the opening. Then I will cut to the end, but not past the stitching. Okay. The same thing here. Okay, then I will also cut in here just so that it can turn over properly. Okay, and the other side as well. And I will flip everything inside out and so this is our pocket front, right? The patch pocket front. This is what the back looks like, right? So you would be putting your hand in this way, okay? Now for the second step, you need 2 scraps of fabric, basically. A bit dull. Okay, so you need 2 scraps of fabric that measure the width or the length of the hole and have some to spare, right? I see here, right? Then you put both of them together like this, right? And sew a stitch in the middle, like a long stitch, because we will then fold it this way and put it across the pocket, which will form the welt lips, okay? I know it's it's hard to understand right now, but I'll show you. Just sew a straight line in the middle, enough so that by the time you fold one part into 2 like this, it can cover half of the width of this opening, okay? Let me go and do that and come back. So this is what I have come up with. And also, this is the part of this pocket where you can let your creativity shine through, okay? You can have contrasting fabric. If you have a directional print fabric, you could play with that as well. Just anything. It's your project, it's your design. Make it fabulous as you want to. Okay? Now, the only rule here is that this line of the sewing has to meet at these points. Okay? So they're there and we're going to pin them down. So now the next step is for us to hand baste the pocket, right, to the lips. Okay, so you just take the top, try and just take, let me scooch you in closer. Okay, So you try and just take the top of the welt pocket, just catch the top layer and the lips, right? Because we don't want it to we don't want to have a problem when we turn over and try and stitch. So basically that's what you do. You take the top layer and part of the welt lips. And you need to go nice and easy so that you don't move things out of shape. Okay. Okay. Don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Just take the top part and the lips. And so there it is. I'll get back to you guys when I'm done. So this is me. I've hand basted everything. Just take out the pins so you can see what it looks like, and I'll tell you our next step. So as you can see, nothing really catches at the back. Now, because I'm going to, the next step is to open up all here and stitch on this line. You see, this is our line that we stay stitched, right? I'm going to either stitch on that line or close to it. Okay, I'm going to stitch all this in place so that it holds the welt lips in place. And as you can see, the stay stitch that I did doesn't impede me getting to this line, which is why you really have to be careful to just pick the top layer of this welt pocket and the lips of this pocket, right? So now I'm going to stitch this whole thing together, right? I'm going to stitch the top of the welt pocket layer, the organza and the lips, everything together, right? And I'll come back and show you guys what we have done so far, okay? You guys, I want to show you now what I have done so far. So now you can see that the lips, you see that the lips and the welt pockets are joined together now, right? And we achieved that by sewing, you see this line, right? I sewed it. Remember the first line that we did when we were, the stay stitch that we did on the fabric, that is this. So I literally, all I did was follow the stitching, right? I don't know if you can see it in some part because it looks like and follow the stitching to the outside this way, not to inside the pocket, right? Don't know if you can see places where they do stitching. Let me go around and see. Don't know if you can see that 2 stitches. I sewed them as close to each other as I could, right? Now the lips of the welt and the welt pocket's body are joined together. So now all I will do is just take out these basting stitches that held them together. Then we'll focus on the lining part of the tutorial. Okay? This is the welt patch pocket sans stay stitches, right? sorry, sans basting stitches. This is what it looks on the inside, on the wrong side, sorry. But so we're done with this bit for now. Just gonna put it aside. Then we are going to come over to the lining piece, right? And don't forget, this is the wrong side of the lining piece, and this is the right side. So the interfacing is on the right side, and we're just going to do to it like we did to the main fabric. I'm gonna cut, right, and like I said, basically the same thing. Cut to that side, cut in here, cut in. So this is the lining all ironed out. Is what the front looks like, and that was what the back looked like. Now all I did was iron it according to the basting, to the stay stitch that I used, right? Just as that acted as a guideline, and I ironed it flat. So now this is going to go over like this, right? If you've done everything well and according to the measurements, right, this should fit perfectly in with this, fit perfectly with this. And the reason why I'm putting this lining is because this is going to be a patch pocket, right? You don't want to be sticking your hand in your pocket and feeling all of this, right? So we put the lining to make the experience of putting your hand in your pocket very pleasant. Okay, so now two things, right? You can either, you know, hold this and sew everything down, like we did for the lips. You can either do that with a sewing machine, or you can hand stitch it. I've tried it with a sewing machine before and I hated myself. So I'm going to hand stitch it, and I will show you guys how I do that in just a bit. Guys, this is how we intend for the welt pocket to finally look. And of course this part will be open, right? So now I have placed everything together, and just for added security, zoom you guys in. I have pinned the allowance to the fabrics in the middle, right? And I've done the same for this other side, just to hold it down while I sew. I'm just going to open this up, and remember, you are only sewing the seam allowances in here, right? You are not sewing for it to show on the main fabric, just on the seam allowances. And we are going to use the stay stitch we have sewn before as a guide, right? So let's see. I'm going to put this in here like this, right? Hope you can see. Pull it through, and basically just, you can do whatever hand stitch you want, either a running stitch or a back stitch. I think I'll do, and You need to sew something that will be secure. So try not to take too big, try not to make too long stitches so that it's held secure, right? And I think I'm going to do a back stitch actually. You see, it's coming out on the other end, right? And putting it in here, right? Let's do that again. Since it's a back stitch, it's going in here, coming out this end, and I'm going here. So I'm following this stay stitch that I've made. Okay. So this is how it's going to look, right? It's going to now be attached here. And basically you just do that for the whole pocket, and I'll get back to you guys when I'm done and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, guys, this is the final product, right? And yeah, as you can see, I have sewn everything down and nothing is showing on this side. So you can see where I hand stitched, and you can see the back side here, right? And I just did that all round. Okay, and actually this patch pocket is going to be on a skirt I'm making for my personal fashion collection. There's a video on that. I'll put that in the description. So if you're interested in how the full skirt turns out, you can follow me on Instagram. I will put my handle on the screen for you guys. And yeah, I will be posting like updates on how far along I'm going with the skirt, because I can't do that on YouTube because it takes too long. I have to edit and all that good stuff. But anyways, if you like what you're seeing, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share where you share fun stuff. And if you have any questions, any ideas, let me know in the comment section. And that's it for today, guys. Obviously, it goes without saying, before you stitch on your pocket, you open up these welts. Actually, I think I'll do that. Okay, guys, I'm back again, and the welt pocket is open. So you would just, like put your hand in here like this, right? And yeah. So like I said, follow me on Instagram. There's a Facebook group as well, in case you prefer Facebook and all that good stuff. So yeah, like I said again, if you're interested in how this full skirt turns out, I will be posting updates on Instagram, so you can follow me there as well. Other than that, thank you guys for tuning in as ever, and till the next one, guys. Peace.